Takže ahoj, as you know, I'm Jana. I work as D&I manager at Vodafone, and I'm an ally, and I fear speaking in front of the audience. So, Česlave, consider this as your birthday and Christmas present for next 100 years, at least. And the lovely people from Pride Business Forum told me the audience will be willing to hear why and how you became an ally. But the truth is someone cancelled, so you're stuck with me for next 15 minutes and my little cheat sheet, which I wrote yesterday. So my journey with LGBT topic started in 2015, so happy anniversary, Česlave, because you were in the beginning. And as the HRBP, I was already involved in some diversity topics, organizing... Actually, this is the worst thing you can do when someone is taking a picture of you and you are speaking, because you end up with faces like this. So, as I was already involved in some diversity topics, when the Vodafone Group announced that we will be expanding the agenda with LGBT topic, it automatically landed on my table. And actually, the task for first year was quite simple: appoint an ex-co-sponsor, do internal event, and one external. And so we appointed my lovely colleague, Braňo Rovný. We sat over coffee one afternoon and discussed whom to invite as inspirational speaker. And we were quite hopeless because I was asking Braňo, do you know anyone? Braňo didn't. He was asking me. I didn't. But he had a brilliant idea. He said, when I get home, I will ask my dear half, Philip Milde, who is here somewhere, and you may know him from SMEFAIR and Pride Business Forum. He came back a day after and he said, Philip knows a great person, and his name was Česlav Valk. And the rest is history. So we invited Česlav and Esther. Lovely. This is our signal to click me the next slide. So we invited Česlav and Esther, who was then actually founding the counseling centers, Barvoven and David as the first mentor. And for many colleagues, this was the first time actually hearing stories about coming out, about the challenges, about the difficulties. And it was extremely emotional for all of us and really powerful session. And when we were leaving the room, I was asking Česlav, what else can we do as the company? You know, we are known for friendly environment. People have been out since Oscar. If you remember Oscar, it's been known as really friendly company. And Česlav told me that we can start with equal policies. And he told me about the differences between the marriage and registered partnership. And I think my face looked like this. Because honestly, I had no idea. You know, I thought that gay people can get married as straight people and they have the equal rights. So that was a shock. And the SMEFAIR was already established, or some movements were already in place. So I told him, okay, so we will write the policies, but I don't think this is the job that companies should do, right? This should be the government actually protecting the rights. And this will be a question of a couple of months, right? Because there's no way that in 2015, people are treated differently just only because, you know, they were born as gay or lesbians. It would be like me being banned from traveling on number 9 only because I have green eyes. Total nonsense, right? So we changed the policies. Well, little did I know that 10 years later, the journey would be still open. And I remember our colleagues coming to us and saying, thank you. We've always felt great here, but this is actually a real proof that you as the company mean it, truly mean it. So that was a really strong moment. And the journey started, and I've been fortunate to always have amazing support of the leadership. starting with our CEOs, Balázs, Jirka, Petr. You saw Petr here 2 years ago, I think, even Violeta, who actually really focused on embracing inclusive culture, on actively participating in all the events like fundraising for Zbarvou Ven, holding hands campaign when Jakub from Louis was attacked in the center. And then if you remember, we were also taking the holding hands picture in Netherlands Embassy, I believe, from supporting Prague Pride, raising signatures for Smefair campaign, and actually offering our stores as petition places. So I've been really grateful for, the leadership support. The EXCO sponsors, the video we made recently, and the recent movement when we did the letter to Prime Minister, and many of the companies who signed the letter, over 120 companies are here, so massive thank you to all. And of course, great thanks to my colleague Aleš, who sits here and leads the ERG, and my colleague Eva, who recently joined the ERG group. So, need to change the paper. But actually, funny thing happened in 2016, as I was busy running around the company talking about equal policies, raising money for Zbarvou Ven. My colleagues, other business partners, started approaching me and saying, people talk about you in business. People come to us and they say, we didn't know Jana was a lesbian. And they just couldn't understand why a straight person, would be so actively talking about the topic and fighting for the rights. And this may be something that some people might be stopped from, becoming allies, but, just don't give up. Can I say shit? Yeah, okay. So, yeah. But because, when you help others, that's, the best thing you can actually do. And one other thing I'm super proud of is this platform, Pride Business Forum. And I remember spring 2017, we were hosting a roundtable, best practice sharing with Česlav, and we were sitting there with Pavlína Kalousová and talking about the fact that many companies signed the European Charter of Diversity, which actually invites them to create inclusive culture, inclusive company, but doesn't really talk about LGBT topics, and we need something stronger. So in May 2017, we introduced the Pride Business Forum Memorandum 2017 Plus. There were like 6 companies signing the memorandum, 6 or 7, and we were actually praying that more would follow. And today we are over 110, is it 10 already? 110, and you are all here, so massive thank you for actually making the change. And when we were actually talking about this initiative to people from Stonewall, and just to highlight, this way of how businesses and NGOs actually make things change and how they impact things. This isn't common. So people from Stonewall, they loved the cooperation so much, they invited Teresa and me to speak about this at Stonewall conference. So that was really amazing moment. But there is actually another dimension that actually made me to become an ally, and that's a personal one. And this is thanks to all the amazing people I met since actually 2015. When Česlav in 2015 invited me to Prague Pride, I called my friend Jirka, whom I met only twice before, and I would say he was back then the only gay in my personal village. I didn't know many more people. And I asked him, are you going to Pride? Can I please join you, pretty please? So I joined him and I loved it. Great atmosphere, friendly people, so much energy, loved it. And so grateful for many people I met there that day and ever since. Because when you actually see that the people you love, those, really kind, nice people are treated differently, just only because, the way they were born, it just becomes more than work. It becomes really personal, and you just, put more effort in it. And I actually realized that I lead a privileged life. You know, Caucasian, cis, straight female in Central Europe. And I'm grateful for that, but also realized that it wasn't always like this for women. There were people fighting for our rights to vote, for example, 100 years ago. And I just feel that now it's time to pay it forward and fight for those who need it. And you may have heard me in the past talking about the fact that I'm left-handed. Any other left-handed creative people here, lovely, we belong to a group of like 10% of people. And no one really cares, right, today that we are left-handed, but it wasn't always this way. Like in medieval times, women were labeled as witches and burned. And until 1967, people were forced at school to become actually right-handed. And today, no one really cares. No one will actually tell you, are you sure you are left-handed? Or this is just a fashion, right? Or this is just a phase, it will pass, don't worry. So, you know, one thing I don't understand that people somehow accept naturally certain aspects people are born with, but still have troubles to respect and accept, you know, others. But I believe it will soon change. And let me finish with Malala's words. When the whole world is silent, even one voice becomes powerful, because I believe every single ally is important and can make a change. Thank you.